Hello everyone, I'm Diann Floyd Boehm, and I want to take a moment at this reunion show to give a big shout out to Dr. Jacqueline. I've been so blessed to be with her since the beginning of USA Global TV and Radio. Dr. Jacqueline, I want to take a moment to share with you what an incredible journey this has been and what an incredible journey is awaiting all of us that are part of your network. Dr. Jacqueline, you do more than just provide an opportunity for all of us who are part of your family to get the word and message out. You help grow peace. And I really thought a lot about that. And I even shared a tiny bit with you on the UK show. You do that, Dr. Jacqueline, by giving so many people an opportunity to get their message out there, whether it's about peace, finding love inside yourself, people like myself who are authors. It's just incredible. And because you reach so many people worldwide, people who would, I've been in countries where they were afraid of Americans because of the propaganda they heard. I remember one person asked me, "Are you going to kill me?" Because they had heard about America from this other standpoint. And for the first time, Americans were allowed to be in there. And they were just, the little kids were like, "Oh," But because of your show, Dr. Jacqueline, people around the world, excuse me, who would not have the opportunity to hear Americans, you now show them that we are peace-loving, beautiful people. And to all those who are Americans that are listening, you have the opportunity to learn from other people in other parts of the world that are part of USA Global TV and Radio. And as they say, we're always afraid of what we don't know. And so let's all learn how to love one another by watching USA Global TV and discovering the beauty of people from around the world. Dr. Jacqueline, thank you for this opportunity to be on the reunion show. I'm sorry I'm not there live because I'd really like to be, but family calls. But now I shall take this opportunity to really share with your listeners who I am. So everybody, once again, I'm so glad you're watching our show. The reunion show is incredible. It gives you an opportunity to hear from various people who are able to be there or be here today that have shows. And we're so blessed to be part of USA Global TV and Radio. My name again is Diann Floyd Boehm, and if you go to diannfloydboehm.com, you'll be able to find all my books, how to order them, which they are on Amazon, but you can also order and sometimes get discounts when you order from the publisher, like Norns Triad Publications is really good about discounts with my books. And then you can sign up for my newsletter, and I can't tell you how much I love hearing from people. I love you sharing with me that you've read the book or you gave it to your grandchild. You read the book with your own kiddos or maybe your nieces and nephews, or maybe even in the classroom. However it is, I love getting these messages. I also have received letters or emails, I should say, where I've received a picture of like Harry, and they drew their own picture of Harry. And I was just so touched by that. It means a lot because, as an author, you sit there and you go, okay, now I have the book out. Now what, right? And when you receive a warm, quick little note, email, it just says, okay, I'm on the right track. People are enjoying it. So sign up for my newsletter and also be sure to email me. And you can even send me ideas if you want. Okie dokie. Now, what kind of books do I write? Well, my tagline is to embrace imagination. I want people to put down all the electronics. I want you to look at the sky, watch it change. Where I live, we get really big, giant clouds. And ever since I was a little girl, my mama taught me how to use my imagination and find pictures in clouds. And I'm sure all of you have done that as well. And that's really a blast. And now I pass that on when I was in the classroom, as well as to my kiddos and now to my grandson. Embrace imagination isn't just about, coloring and so forth. It's about imagining peace, thinking of a song or listening to songs. So I try to incorporate so many things in my stories. So my stories are about peace, love, to love yourself, to discover, and just relax. And also, I have a book called Charlie and the Tire Swing, and it's generational because it has grandpa, grandma, people in there. And when I get emails and parents, and this has happened several times, who say, I couldn't even finish the story today because my kiddo wanted to know, do I have a great-grandpa? What's his name? What's my great-grandma's name? And so they have this connection about their family. And I cannot even begin to tell you how much that means to me. I grew up in a family that's extremely close. Like, I know my fourth cousins, How about that? And so genealogy is huge to me. After all, we, just by some luck of the draw, we end up with the families that we have. And I love learning about them. And you kind of discover, well, I could go on, I won't. But anyway, there's Charlie and the Tire Swing. There's Harry the Camel. Harry lives in Dubai, and he loves horse racing. And he wishes he could be a horse and not have that lumpy old hump. But different things happen. And in the end, he discovers there is nothing better than being who you are. So it makes a wonderful discussion for families in the classroom, etc. I have a series called The Little Girl in the Moon, and they're the moonlings, and they live on the moon. And I'm writing a moonling language, and I'm really excited about it. So the moonlings, especially the little girl in the moon, loves Earth as much as we Earthlings love the moon. So in this series, a lot of different things happen. There's the big idea. There's the little girl on the moon, where you can find out who she is and even what she looks like. And that story is really, again, all about loving yourself just the way you are. You might look different, but it doesn't mean that that person who looks different can't be your very best friend. So that makes for a wonderful discussion with family and in the classroom. Then I have A Time to Fly, about a little bird. And this actually happened at our house, where my daughter discovered the birds were like coming constantly to this one little empty flower pot. So I turned it into a story, because there was this one little bird that was afraid to fly. And I kept watching this mama, say, it's okay. So I turned that into a story, because we all have these moments, no matter what age we are. Maybe it's even a job, like, oh my gosh, I'm starting this new job. Am I going to be able to do it? Is it going to be okay? And we ask all these questions. Well, if we still do that as adults, can you imagine what it's like for kiddos? And so A Time to Fly is all about this little bird who discovers that he can fly and loves it. And then I have A Song of Peace. A Song of Peace is all about a little boy who just wants peace on earth. So he walks around the park with his neighbor, and his mom is there too, but he walks around the park with his neighbor, Mrs. Seals, and he explains why he wants peace on earth. And it's so beautiful. And before you know it in the story, he starts singing just peace, peace, peace. And before you know it, someone's filming it and it goes viral. And before you know it, everybody's singing peace. And eventually what happens is, for a moment, there is peace on earth. And wouldn't it be lovely if we could just really make that happen, even if it's just for a couple of days? Absolutely, everyone's happy. Now, the other book I have is Boomer, the Curious Bunny. That's my latest book. And I'm so pleased to announce that Boomer has done so well that Norton's Triad Publications has had me turn it into a series, which will be out real soon. So Boomer is so much fun to write about him. Again, imagination galore. And Boomer, he just wants to discover the world. So come discover the world with Boomer, the Curious Bunny, and Norton's Triad Publications. There's more stories coming up. I wake up with new ideas every day. And if I don't, then I go work out in the garden, or maybe I'm doing a little bit of sewing. Whatever it is, my brain's always thinking. So I hope you all have a glorious day. Dr. Jacqueline, thank you again for having me. Thank you for having me be part of the USA Global TV and Radio. You will always have a special place in my heart, and I love you bunches. Have a great day. Blessings to everyone.